Matt Fulks here at Chappell Sports Museum and Restaurant. We've been working on the book Conversations at Chappell's. At least that's how it's titled here in January of 2012. And joining me is former KU great Calvin "Pony" Thompson. And first off, thanks for being here today. And I mean, we've got a great lineup: Jerry Waugh, Max Falkenstein, Scott Pollard, Bud Stallworth, Calvin Thompson. Matt Kleinman's going to be here in a little while. And it's fun, and Geldner, and it's funny when you guys get together. It's like a big fraternity. I mean, regardless of when you played.
It really is. I mean, it's nothing better out there in the world of basketball than the Jayhawk family.
Now, okay, and that's gonna be in the book. But Max told me, and I'm gonna get this is the first time I've had a chance to ask both of you at the same time. But Max chimed in and said, "Ask about the ice cube." And I know for your laugh, you know exactly what he's talking about.
Yes, he's nicknamed me the Iceman. I don't recall the flight we were on, but we were being little college boys and had our magazines out on the plane, and Max stopped. He stopped in to see what we were looking at and joined in, and he stood there a little longer than I expected him to, so I started slipping ice cubes in his pocket. And by the time he left us, the ice had melted.
Max, come on over.
This was a real smart-ass trick by these guys.
And it was both Calvin and Ron Kellogg.
Yeah, they were sitting together, and of course it looked like I'd peed my pants after I walked down the aisle. And every time we've seen Calvin for all these many years since, we always laugh about that. That was a good trick, I'll have to admit it.
My daughter, which was 8 at the time, she found out what had happened, and I introduced her to Max. And every time she sees Max at the game, she's like, "How can you do that nice old man like that?"
And I agree, but it was a college day. You're a punk.
Like I said, we were in college. So it was a good time.
Well, as you think back to your time, and you're at KU at a great time with Larry Brown, and you came in, I guess Ted Owens had recruited you, and then you started playing for Larry Brown. But 86, kind of the start of what we know as the modern day for KU.
Yeah, a lot of Kellogg and I, and D Manning, and we say we helped put KU. Is that Max?
No,
but
somebody else.
Okay, helped put KU. Come on, Isaac. Helped put KU back on the map back then. Coach Owens last year was my first year, and he had struggled years before, and then we began to win my freshman year. And, unfortunate for him, he had gotten released, and Coach Brown had come in. And, it took us about a year and a half or two to get used to Coach Brown and he to get used to us. And, made the tournament the first couple of years, and then my senior year, which was his third, ended up going to the Final Four. And, that's why I tell all the young kids now I'm the reason that, not just me, but our team was the reason that they even start looking at KU again.
Exactly. Now, before we wrap this up, tell everybody, if you would, what you're doing these days, and great service, by the way.
Well, thank you. I run Hoop Service. It's a sports basketball program for both boys and girls, and Hoop is an acronym for helping out other people. And just trying to figure out what I wanted to do after my playing days, and this is what I started up doing with the Camp on Wheels. And now we have some elite teams that travel and play nationally in the summertime, but boys and girls, 4th grade through 12th. So it's been a blast, helping the kids get to college. To date, 100% of my graduating seniors are in college. They've gone to college, and not on an athletic scholarship, but some on an academic scholarship, but that's what it's all about. So.
Very cool. Well, Calvin, we appreciate it. That's Calvin Thompson. I'm Matt Fulks. And check out the book, Conversations at Chappell's.